I love to do stage plays, and I am doing a play right now, which is You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. A play that, well, like it sounds, revolves around Charlie Brown and the other Peanuts characters. Although, and I am very glad that there's actually a cartoon movie based on this play, so it could give me kind of an idea on how it will look. And since I've been in this play, I'm playing Schroeder, the kid who always plays the piano. Schroeder is my boy. Anyway, since I've been in this play, I've been watching a lot of Charlie Brown cartoon specials and movies, and today I wanted to count down the top 5 characters that I find the most obnoxious, or stupid, or annoying. Yeah, so in this video we'll just talk about what, in my opinion, the top 5 characters that are annoying, obnoxious, or just flat out stupid. So without further ado, let's go. Oh, and also, this is just my opinion, and if you do like these characters, that's totally fine. Although I do like all the characters in Charlie Brown, this is just probably by who I think is annoying and all that stuff. Anyway, let's get in. And please don't be offended if you can completely like these characters, it's fine with me. All of the humans in It's the Girl in the Red Truck Charlie Brown. Now, already this is a very weird Peanuts special, and all been considered to be the worst one ever made. This is I don't really like it either. It's really weird. Anyway, it features around Snoopy's long-lost brother Spike, who lives in the deserts of Arizona, I believe, and he's always sitting on the side of the road as every day a girl named Jenny, played by Charles Shultz, the creator of the Peanuts' daughter, who just drives by in her red truck. And this film basically revolves around Spike and Jenny and just enjoying things. But honestly, Jenny and the other adults or humans in this movie, they're just kind of idiotic. But it gets even worse at the end of the movie when the coyote hunters come trying to shoot Spike and these other dogs. When Jenny and her boyfriend literally climb up the rocks where the hunters are shooting just so they can save Spike. Like, as long as Spike's hiding and not doing anything, it's not like he can get hurt, right? I mean, just go climb the rocks exactly where they're getting shooted. I mean, at least in this one scene, Jenny's boyfriend says, "Are you crazy? You're gonna get us killed." So I guess he is kind of smart in this situation. But she's not. Look, these characters are more just stupid with their personality. And they weren't really annoying or anything, but honestly, that's just why I consider them to be kind of annoying. Frida. Okay, you know what? For the most part, I actually don't think Frida is terrible as a character. And I mean, most people don't really talk about her. Well, the main thing I just don't like is how she's mean to a lot of the other characters just due to her being obsessed with her hair. Now look, take pride in your personal appearance. It's totally fine. But I mean, listen to her in Charlie Brown Christmas.
You're the innkeeper's wife. Do innkeepers' wives have naturally curly hair?
It's not terrible. I mean, looking at Lucy's face, you can kind of tell she's annoyed by that. But it gets worse later on, well, not too far after, where Frida is literally getting mad at Pigpen because it's taking the curl out of her hair. Now look, I get Pigpen is dirty, and I get she doesn't want to be with the dirtiness, but you shouldn't just be mean to someone because of that. Listen.
Look, let's rehearse the scene at the inn. Frida, this can't go on. There's too much dust. It's taking the curl out of my naturally curly hair.
Literally, Frida, no one cares. Just, you know what? No, let's go to the next person. Moving on. Patty. Oh, no, not Peppermint Patty. Patty. Now again, I don't think Patty is terrible, but I definitely don't like her I definitely like Frida more than Patty. I mean, sure, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. She's a little bit mean to Linus, but I mean, every other character is really mean to Linus in that one, besides Sally, because they say he's believing in the Great Pumpkin is just stupid and stuff. But Charlie Brown Christmas made me really mad at her.
So, director? What director? Charlie Brown! This will be the worst Christmas play ever.
Like, come on, I can't be the only one who finds it annoying. At least her role at the Halloween party and It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown wasn't too annoying. I mean, she does sound pretty cute in this one anyway. Anyway, on to number 2. Lucy. Look, all of you really probably saw this coming. Lucy is, honestly, I feel bad for putting her on the list because sure, she's obnoxious, but she's literally like one of the most iconic Charlie Brown characters. I mean, Charlie Brown without Lucy would honestly be terrible. But the way she acts in some cases is really, really rude. Like in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, for instance.
Now, Linus, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Would you please hold still a minute, Charlie Brown? I want Linus to study your face. Now, this is what you call a failure face, Linus.
Like, holy cow, Lucy, why you gotta be so mean, girl? And besides, in a lot of cartoons, like It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, she continuously pulls the football away from Charlie Brown after forcing him to kick it. And he goes flying into the air and just lands flat on his back and kills himself. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what Charlie Brown always says in the show anyway. Anyway, the football things can be funny in those two because they were in a lot of the Peanuts comic strips and were in the newspapers. But I mean, there's one time that it's exceptionally annoying, and this is in It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown, where she does it to Charlie Brown and makes him lose the football game, and then blames him for it. And then later at the party, she goes, "Yeah, after what you did at the football game, who would want to be your date?" Wow. Now, she's really rude to Charlie Brown and her little brother Linus, and sometimes her little brother Rerun. But besides her being rude all the time and acting like she's so greedy and stuff, she also has a crush on Schroeder, you know, the kid who's always playing the piano. But since he really likes the piano and he really likes classical music and Beethoven, she tells him that all of those are terrible. Like, if you want to marry someone, you're going to have to deal with what they like and don't tell them stuff like that. I mean, Schroeder didn't want to be married. He just like, I'm just going to play my piano and that's all I care about. I mean, sure, Schroeder and Lucy have had some really hilarious scenes in the past where they literally beat each other up. Like this scene, for instance.
People who like each other walk in the rain and hold hands.
Or this scene.
I liked you the very first time I saw you. I disliked you the first time I saw you.
I mean, that scene is pretty hilarious, despite me feeling a bit bad for Lucy. I mean, look at her face. She looks so hurt.
Schroeder, do piano players make a lot of money?
Money? Who cares about money? This is art. This is great music I'm playing. And playing great music is an art. Do you hear me? An art. Art, 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 art.
You fascinate me.
And now here are just some quick dishonorable mentions. Peppermint Patty. Okay, honestly, the reason I didn't put Peppermint Patty on the list was because she's honestly a really good character. The only times I don't like her is in Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown. Other than that, she's honestly not that terrible of a character. She was honestly great in You're in Love, Charlie Brown, and hilarious in It's Christmas Time Again, Charlie Brown. So I decided to keep her off the list because I do like her. The bully from Why, Charlie Brown, Why? Now, in Why Charlie Brown Why, it was about this girl named Janice who sadly had cancer, and it was honestly a really, really deep episode of Peanuts, and I honestly really liked it. And this bully bullies Janice because she's bald, but honestly, it's so heartbreaking because she doesn't have control over being bald. It's just from the medicine. At least Linus does go into a full rage mode at this kid, and he does become nice in the end. But it was honestly kind of a sad scene to watch. But the only reason I didn't put him on the list is because he only appears one time in this one cartoon, and I'm glad he did become nice in the end.
Oh no, we're doomed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just really, really hate Violet, even more than Lucy. Okay, so I feel like Lucy has done much meaner things than Violet, but Lucy has actually apologized for her actions, and I mean, she was pretty nice in Charlie Brown Christmas and in a Charlie Brown celebration when Charlie Brown was in the hospital. Lucy felt really bad, and she really, really wanted Charlie Brown to come back and be okay. But Violet has never done any of these things. She is incredibly rude to pretty much every character besides Lucy. She just draws on Charlie Brown, and it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. She and Lucy both obnoxiously humiliate Charlie Brown on the streets, and you're in love, Charlie Brown. I'm sorry, Violet is honestly an absolutely annoying character, and she's probably the only Charlie Brown character I don't like. All the time, I just always feel like she's always got that hatred inside her, and it's really, really annoying. Honestly, Peanuts is one of my favorite animated series to ever exist. Most of the characters in it are lovable. I mean, honestly, I like every Charlie Brown character besides Violet. Even I kind of like Lucy a little bit. And there's been so much great Peanuts specials over the time, and so much characters that it was honestly kind of hard for me to make this list. As, like I said, I love most of the Charlie Brown characters. I mean, you could probably say I could get rid of the adults from, what was it called? Oh, it's the girl in the red truck, Charlie Brown, because that's technically the most absurd Charlie Brown special. Other than that, you could probably agree with the rest of the list, but honestly, I want to know in the comments, what is your list of the worst Peanuts characters, or the most annoying, or, yeah. And let me know your list, and how you agreed with my list down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!